Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy, the strongest wizard. I just got back from locals just now, and I thought of a really good idea of maybe creating a matchup tier list for Masty. I feel like it's a pretty popular deck, and I kind of want to show you guys my personal thoughts on the breakdown of what matchups are good and what matchups are bad. I don't feel like too many people do these kinds of videos, so I thought it'd be kind of cool, kind of unique. But anyways, let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's check out this matchup here. This is the first time I'm doing this kind of thing, so hopefully you guys enjoy and hopefully this makes some sort of sense. I just pulled this tier list out of somewhere on Tier Maker, so alright, let's see. Let's just start with Masty. So man, Mastemon, there's so much room in Mastemon decks to build so many tech cards. You can have so many tech cards that, you know, beat certain matchups over another. So I literally just came back from locals and I played a Mastemon player, and we ended up I ended up getting game 1 and then he got game 2 off of a tie. But obviously Masty's even because it's the mirror match. I hate playing mirror matches in all these games. And I played blue hybrid in BT7, so that says a lot. But you know, now Mastemon's getting a lot of rise, so it's pretty even. Obviously, it's the mirror match. So a lot of these I'm just gonna like kind of get out of the way because I don't know, or I'm assuming it's like easy. So all the decks that I feel like are kind of a little irrelevant, I'm just gonna put in the I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and put green hybrid in there. We're gonna put right here bond here. Let's see here. I was gonna put Truby, but I literally played a Truby today at local, so I'm not gonna put that in there. Same thing with Commandramon. I'm gonna this what I would say is pretty much Commandramon because a lot of them play the Knights now, but I'm gonna put this here as well. Gotcha. I'm gonna put here Jesmon, red hybrid, blue hybrid, whale. Rookie Rush, sure, that's very possible. I played a Rookie Rush the other day. Shiva, your boy. Let's see here. Okay, all right. So I think this is pretty good. All right. So just to go over this basis here, even is even. -1 is, you know, I have a slight disadvantage. Masty has a slight disadvantage, and then -2 is really, it's a really hard matchup, almost like unwinnable. It's possible, but it's very, very hard. +1, it gets a little easier. I'm favored in the matchup, Mastemon, and then +2 is, yeah, that's a pretty easy game. You know, so we're gonna go ahead and start first with X antibody, and I'm gonna say it's +1. Chaos Degrade destroys this deck, really, really bad. There's sometimes you can obviously still lose against X antibody if they just draw the amazingness opening hand and they just rush you super bad, because Masty has a really hard time against rush decks. But most of the times you should be okay. It's a pretty favorable matchup for Masty, but you know, that's my thoughts on X antibody. A big one that's been climbing lately is Beelstar. So Beelstar is an interesting point because it's later in the game, as the game progresses, Beelstar just gets better, right? It only gets better. So the issue is that you have to kind of figure out how you build your deck. So this deck just gets destroyed by Psychmon. So currently in my build, I run 2 Psychmon. And against this matchup, it's not enough. Like, I feel like 2 Psychmon is not enough. If Beelstar becomes more relevant, I'm gonna definitely bump up my Psychmons to 3 or 4, because if they can't play Beelstar for free, it's not good. It's just bad. But as of right now, it's kind of difficult to say. I'm kind of leaning on a -1 because we both, Masty and Beelstar, take a long time to set up. But they're hugely rewarded for taking a long time, and they go through their deck so fast, and they can even rush you with Eismon. So it's like it can get kind of rough sometimes. I'm gonna say I might move these around afterwards, but I'm gonna say it's even. I'll say it's even. I'll say it's even for now. Yeah, let's just go for now. Black War Gray. So we have a really, really good Black War Gray player at our locals by the name that goes by Lychee. You can actually see what he pulled at his second place prizing at a regionals in my video. I'll link it in the description below. But Black War Gray is super good, very control based heavy. It's just a super really good deck. You can destroy it with degrade and it just climbs back up super fast. A lot faster than X Antibody in my opinion. But even with that being said, I do think the Masty matchup is favored +1. I do think it wins. It's not like over the top and you can definitely still lose. But I think when we're both trying to control the field, I think Masty controls the field a bit better. So yeah, there's that. Cherubi. So I played a Cherubi deck literally today. It went to game 3. Game 1, he got it. And game 2 and 3, I obviously got it. But Cherubi is interesting because same deal with late game like Beelstar. If they get a Cherubi out, they get 4 to 5 bodies out. The saving grace for Masty is we can control Tamers really, really well. Like super well. So it's actually pretty, I think it's a +1 for Masty. I don't think it's a +2 because they can just rush you. But maybe I'm not playing the matchup the best maybe, but I think it's +1. I think against a lot of decks, Tribute is really bad, but against Masty, I think it's just a +1. Commandramon, they can rush you, same deal, but the fact that we can recover, the fact that we play Ghazi, I'm gonna put a +1. You know, as we see me going through this list, there's not a ton of decks that I feel like have a +2 against, like I have a +2 against with Masty, but there's a lot of decks that I think we do really well against, which is really important. I'd rather have a +1 on a lot of decks than be super extreme, you know, and have like terrible matchups with other decks. Creepymon. I played a Creepymon yesterday at my locals, at a different locals that I went to. It went to game 3, but Ghazi destroys that matchup, obviously. And yeah, it was scary. It was really scary, but I ended up getting it. I think that's another +1, honestly. Let's see. Let's get into something else. Well, I guess Alphamon. I'm gonna put Alphamon and X Antibody in the same way. I feel like it's the same thing. If anything, Masty has a way better shot against Alphamon versus X Antibody. So I'm just gonna put them in the same. If anything, I'd probably put Alphamon in +2, but it's okay. We'll just keep it like that. Let's just go and skip to something else here. Okay, Cherubi and Purple Hybrid over here. We're just gonna put in the same. I don't know why that's there. I'm not sure what this is. Ogremon. I don't know what deck this could be. I'm gonna put it. I don't know because I don't know. Let's go ahead and go Imperial. In my video against Imperial, I played an Imperial player and I got it 2-0. They did brick. Everyone keeps telling me this matchup is favored Masty, but I really don't think so. I know I'm starting to lean more toward it is a favorite, a bit more toward Masty, but I think that's just because they usually never have the amazing opening hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's even. I would say beforehand that it's -1, but the comeback factor with Masty is so good that even when we're down we're never really out. And if Imperial just draws Amazingness opening hand, they get the amazing hand with XV, just like literally Vmon to XV and Davis. That's all you need, because off of that you're most likely gonna get the Stingmon. They always have it, you know. Plus on top of that, you get the 2 draws, so you go from egg to rookie to your champion. That's 2 draws from your 5 cards in your hand, and then you play the Davis, netting you possibly 2 cards. So you're literally searching through so many cards to find a Stingmon or even a Lydramon, to go into Pyildramon. And then once they go into that, it's so good, you know. Man, it's really hard for Masty to keep up once they have a hand like that. But like I said, you know, I probably would say it's even. Kind of leaning toward the -1, but I feel like I'd get a lot of trash if I put it in -1. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it an even, out of fear. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty even, kind of. Creepymon and Loop, it's the same. I'm counting them as the same thing because a lot of people have adopted Creepymon in their Loop decks. So I'm gonna just put it in them. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go Armor Rush. I know. Okay, so you know. Okay, Armor Rush. Armor Rush is a really fast deck. Mastemon has a really hard time with aggressive decks, against aggressive decks. If you can outspeed Masty and we don't have a Hell Scythe in security, we're pretty much donezo, because Hell Scythe helps you keep up the same pace as your opponent when they're going faster than you, and so does obviously degrade. But the beauty with Hell Scythe is that it usually lets you get a body out of trash. So not only are you killing something, but you're also catching momentum too, because you're bringing something back. So I would say Armor Rush just gets destroyed if it sees a Hell Scythe. If I have a Hell Scythe in security, it's really bad for them. But if they don't, and Magna is usually really thick, Magna, and it depends too on the build. I know a lot of people build, you know, Armor Rush with Fire Rockets, and some people are opting out. I know Eggman build like a DNA, like armor Imperial deck, which is really good. It's really consistent, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of crazy, but I'm gonna put Armor Rush -1. Yeah, I'm gonna put it -1. I don't know. I really do feel like it's kind of even, but oftentimes when I'm playing the matchup, I just get way too out of sped. Like, people just go through me sometimes. You know, even like turn 1 Gato. Okay, like one of the best hands you can have in Masty is turn 1 Gato, putting your opponent to 5. You cannot do that against Armor Rush because they go Vmon into Lydramon, suspending your Gato and killing it, and then you start from back to 0. And yeah, you maybe netted 2 cards off the Gato, you know, but you're back on square one, and your opponent has 5 memory, so they can go Vmon, Lydramon, and then Tamer. You know, just continuously pushing, you know, their status. And then best case scenario, you probably have Hell Scythe in hand. Hell Scythe killing the Lydramon, bringing back the Gato, maybe netting you another 2 cards. But that's if you have the Gato and the Hell Scythe in hand. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm going to say it's -1. Yeah, I'm going to say it's -1. You know, hate me, love me. That's what I'm going for. Diaboromon. This match is pretty easy. I'm going to say it's a +2. I just played a Diaboromon player like about 2 weeks ago that is a sole diehard Diaboromon fan, which I am too. Love Diaboromon. Fun fact, first tournament I took to DXN, I actually got it. I actually got like 2nd place at that tournament with Diaboro, which is kind of crazy because at the time there was Lord Knight. Anyways, I think it's a +2. Hell Scythe just destroys everything. Degrade destroys the Diaboro blocker. they really can't come back. Destroying Aradas is crazy good because they only have 4 and there's no way for them to recycle. So getting an early Masty or an early Ofani is busted. Okay, Gabu Bond. I have not played Gabu Bond against Masty yet, so I have no idea how this matchup is. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put it to the I don't know. Yeah, I really have no idea. I kind of want to say it'd be bad. The idea of them bottom decking a, I'd imagine it's actually bad because if they bottom deck your level 5s, Magna, Gatos, and then getting rid of like that, I just imagine that'd be difficult, and they can rush you too. I know it does take a bit of setup with the mats, but I don't know. I'm just gonna leave in the I don't know section for now. Jesmon, Jesmon with only 1 savior is really rough. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a +2. Yeah, you can have a really good hand and savior in your hand, but once I get any sort of momentum, I can just steamroll over Jess. Now, Red Hybrid. Okay, we're gonna count this Red Hybrid deck as the deck list that Huang made, with no emperors. No emperors, just the super big Red Hybrid that swings for a sec for every Greymon or hybrid insecurity. I think that's that Emperor. No, that's not Emperor. Ancient. It's Ancient. Yeah, the Ancient deck. So we're gonna pretend that's Ancient and not Emperor. This matchup, the only way you can win against Red Hybrid with Ancient is if they brick. There is no shot. Like, it is very, very, very hard. I don't even understand. I played against a really good Red Hybrid player, and I got it 2-0 solely on the fact that they just bricked. They never saw him. They never saw Ancient, and I just won off of that. I had to like rush them. So that's a really bad matchup for Masty. But anyways, Blue Hybrid. Blue Hybrid, I'm gonna count this as not the Magna, more of like the relevant one, with not the Magna, with just like 4 Boko, 4 Bayo, just classic Blue Hybrid. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a +1. You're able to control the board really hard, and getting rid of their Tommies is super crucial. They can't get back Tommy. So I think it's a +1. Like I said, everything in +1 you definitely can lose to, but overall you have a pretty good matchup, and I wouldn't be too worried about it. Machine Dramon. I played a Machine Dramon deck today against a deck today, and it's a pretty favorable matchup for Masty. They bring on Machine Dramon, you just degrade it. Pretty good. Now obviously it also depends on how many degrades you're running, right? I currently run 3. I run 4 Hell Scythe and 3 degrades, and with 3 degrades, man, you do see it pretty often. I'm not sure what this deck is. I'm gonna just say it's another Imperial deck. Shiva. I know Shiva can kind of mess Masty up a little bit, but I mean, if I get a Gato in raising and go into Lady Devi, and then drop a Magna or an Angelmon, I can just pretty much go off, and there's really no way for them to recover off of that. Probably the biggest thing I'd be afraid of is probably oh man, what's that dude's name? The dude that tucks 5k unless Nidhogg. That's probably what I'm most afraid of, honestly. The fact that I can't play my Hell Scythe or degrades, I'm not too afraid of. purple memory boost, that's fine. Usually at that point, I would imagine I've already used them by then and I'm, you know, stabilized already. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's kind of, I would say it's kind of a +2, honestly. I'm going to say it's a +2. Shoutmon. I have no idea. A friend of mine ran it today. I didn't play him in our, you know, in the lineup. So I have no clue how it goes. I'd imagine it's favorable. I know it's really aggressive though. But once the stack dies, it's kind of a wrap. You know what I mean? Like, man, I have no clue. I definitely need more experience. Yellow Hybrid. Man, probably the most popular deck out right now, right? Like, this deck is terrifying and annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Yellow Hybrid is the Rapid and not this one. So Yellow Hybrid's right here. Yellow Hybrid with Rapid. I'm gonna say Rapid is, I think it's even. Yeah, I don't think we super win here or super lose. They can rush us for sure, but they also need setup, and obviously so does Master, as I keep saying. But once I'm able to pop your Tamers, you know, it's kind of rough. And especially if your build runs Creepymon, which mine does, then it's a lot more favorable, you know. You just have to kind of keep it in the tuck and make sure that when they bring out the Susano, because they usually run 2, when they bring out Susano, you just have to make sure you're ready for it. Make sure you have the D grade in hand, because that's really the only way you can get rid of it, or with Black Otto Retaliation, or with the Lady Devi that gives retaliation to your yellow. So yeah, definitely. And then last but not least is Rookie Rush. I know it's fast, but I'm gonna say it's a +2. It's really hard to lose to that deck, I think. But there's actually one more that I want to add on here that is not on here. So I'm gonna do Security Control. Security Control has been getting a lot of momentum lately. It's really, really good. They run the Avenged Kidmons. So honestly, the matchup's really, really difficult. We're gonna pretend this Jet Sylphie is Security Control right here. So Security Control, I would say, is probably a I would say it's a -1. -1 because the way you win that matchup with Masty is 1, Ofani, 2, Black Gato, and 3, Gatomon. Those 3 cards are super essential. If you establish out a oh my god, if you get established a Ofani, it's really hard for them to deal with it, because they're gonna spend 8 to 5 to 3 memory killing it with a Wyvern's Breath, and then you just go ahead and bring it back with you bring back a Gato. If you're trying to push, you bring out the Black Gato. If you're trying to set up a whole nother Masty, then you bring out the Masty. Destroying the Tamers really does really good against it, but you just kind of have to see it all. So I think it's a -1. The Mimis hurt really, really bad sometimes if you're trying to push out the late game. Creepymon works, but with Avenged Kidmon, it's like whatever. Psychmon does really good against it because of Avenged Kidmon. I'm gonna say -1. I'm -1 even, but I'm gonna lean more on my -1. So yeah, I think that does it. Yeah, that's it. I think I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy where this is. Man, everything in even sometimes feels like a -1 sometimes. It just really depends. It's grindy. All those matchups in even, it's grindy. But they are very doable. just really depends. It depends who draws the hotness. And hey, if you think I'm wrong on any of this, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Obviously, you know, I main Masty, but I don't have a ton of experience playing Masty. I've predominantly been playing only Masty this format. So, you know, you never know. But let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. How do you feel about this? I mean, man, I'm pretty sure, you know, some of the players would tell me that probably Black or Gray is probably even. Probably a lot of people would tell me that X Antibody is probably even. You know, but hey, that's what the comments are for. Let me know how wrong I am. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. I do appreciate you guys for checking out this video. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what my personal thoughts were on Masty, how it fits in the format. I do really love the deck. I know sometimes it does brick, but I feel like even when you're down, you never feel like you're completely out, which I really do love. But anyways, quick shout out to Human for putting Masty on the map. I feel like, you know, right before he topped regionals, I honestly felt like I wanted to drop Masty. Because I didn't really believe in the deck, but he really put Masty on the map for everybody, and it's super awesome to see. So shouts out to Human. You know, that man is hardly human. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. But more importantly, please stay tuned because I have a ton of new BT8 content coming your way. See ya!